You know, let's skip all that nonsense.
Yeah,
hey,
let's do that.
It's Brad.
And Krista.
With the Big Family Homestead. Hope you're having an awesome day wherever, whenever you're watching this video. Okay, so here's a scoop. I'm sorry, I'm moving a window so I can see all of your luscious and delightful comments as they come in.
Luscious. Nice.
Well, anyway, so here's the scoop, guys. Everybody knows that things are getting tighter. Inflation's getting worse. And we don't do fear here on this channel. We do information. We lay things out, and then you guys make up your own mind about what you want to do, about what you want to do. But you also can't be an ostrich. Can't stick your head in the ground.
No, you have to be paying attention to what's going on around you, and can't go, la, 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 la,
I'm not listening to you, la, la.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You have to pay attention.
So, inflation's going crazy. Stuff's getting more difficult to find because supply chain issues, yada, yada, yippee, skippy. That means that more and more bad people want to take stuff from good people.
Right.
I don't like that.
No, not at all. Not a fan.
No.
So we have come up with a few ideas on inexpensive ways, inexpensive hacks, ideas, blah, 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 whatever you want to call it, on how to secure your home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just noticed something.
What's that?
When you adjusted the camera, it sloped down. Oh, man. My
How is
OCD.
it sloped?
Look at the roof line.
Oh.
Oh, my OCD.
How?
I'll move. I'll work
I
through it.
just turned it. That's all.
I'll work through it. It's okay.
Okay, fine.
So, here's the way this is going to work, guys. We've got a list here of a bunch of stuff that we know of, some that we have employed at our home.
Yep.
Some that other people have shared with us, others we found online on cheap ways to bolster your home security.
Yes.
And so since this is live, you can chime in. As a matter of fact, we encourage you to chime in. If you got an idea, don't be a stingy miser.
No.
Share it.
Definitely. And we've got, I don't know, what do you say,
like
12?
15, something on there.
Something
right?
like that. Different ideas, so we'll
Share
get to
away.
it. Yeah, share away.
All right.
We may overlap, but that's really okay.
It is okay.
Haha,
All right.
that's just right.
Is that okay? This is one of the ones that you sent an image for, right? Let me go over here. I may end up having to show all these images all at once. Okay, let's see. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
sure. No problem.
This one right here is
The one that's right below me.
Correct.
Yes.
Secure your windows with simple window locks. Look at that. You literally could use a nail. You could use a screw. You could use any kind of pin.
Anything that is slightly thicker. I wouldn't use like a
brad.
piece of... Yeah, I wouldn't use a brad or even a small... I mean, maybe a wood dowel would work.
You could.
But, this way you can, you can put that in there when you're going to be gone, or at night, anytime you need to have security at your house.
Well, on the windows. And that costs you what? Practically nothing, probably nothing, because you probably have some kind of a bolt or a pin or a something laying around the house. And I love how in this illustration, they've got it hanging on a chain so it doesn't disappear.
Exactly. So it doesn't grow legs and walk away, which happens all the time.
Number 2, that lock reinforcer that you're looking at right there.
Yep.
Those are super cheap. They don't cost, I don't even think they cost $5.
No, but it just extends the plate to go around the doorknob, and it really makes it to where they can't break your...
Well, it's harder.
It's a lot harder to break the door, yeah.
Correct. Now that one right there, the garage door like the garage door lock,
padlock,
that's genius.
I thought that was a great idea.
Because it basically, if you've got a lock laying around, it costs you nothing. Costs you zero. You drill a hole and done. And let me tell you what, there is no way they're opening that up.
Oh, of course not. And a lot of garage door tracks already have those holes in them. And see, ours has one of those sliding doohickeys, which you can put a padlock through.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, just a piece of wood to lay in the track of a sliding glass door.
We're gonna.
Yes.
That's one we're gonna put on the list.
We're gonna talk about that. Yep, but there's a way to do it, and there's a way not to do it.
Right.
Okay. Now those locks that are latches, I should say, that are above the garage door one, we've used those, and let me tell you what, those are fabulous.
Yep, we love them, and they're cheap. Well,
No,
they're $20. I actually looked it up today
Yeah.
to get that image. They're $20 and some change, and you can get 2 different colors.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you can't open the door if that is closed.
Now-
They are super strong.
I forget the name of the company that makes these, but they make. They've got all these videos where their police are trying to bash the doors in with the battering rams
Right.
that they have. And basically what it is, they're a little more money. That's why we didn't really put it on the list.
Right.
But I want to mention it. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's, if you can, okay, you see like the door lock reinforcer there? If you can imagine, it's a really big one.
Yeah.
It's really long. It's like 2 foot long.
Yeah.
And I want to say they're like $60, but they've got video after video of police trying to literally battering ram in the doors, and they just can't do it. Yeah. Stay away from electric openers. They can be hacked. Yes.
That's another thing that's on our list. Don't keep a garage door opener in your car, actually,
Yes.
because your registration has your address on it. And if your car gets broken into, they know where you live, and they can use your garage door opener to get into your house.
John is correct. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the occupation called a pen tester. And no, you're not working with Bic or Crayola or anybody like that. No, it's a pen is short for penetration. And these are people that they call them white hat security experts, meaning they're good guys that are hired by companies to get into their stuff, to find the weaknesses, to break in.
Yep.
And I've seen some videos on pen testers who they have devices that will snoop out a signal, so that if they are parked by your house and you use your garage door opener, it records that electronic data, and then all they got to do is program their little device, and then they can just walk right on in.
I don't know if any of you have ever programmed a garage door opener. It's a simple 4 code key. That's all it is. You go and change the key inside there to whatever it is inside in the thing, and you got it. It's 4 numbers.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Well, they have ones that are more complicated than that.
Yeah.
But my point is that if somebody wants to penetrate your garage door, they can
Easily.
with very little effort. And it's all, believe it or not, these devices are cheap.
Yeah.
You can buy them online.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can buy them online. It's scary actually,
It is
because
really scary.
they're like $40.
Yeah. Yeah, but we have those top latches. They're way better than the chains.
regular,
The
yeah.
chains are so easily accessible from the outside. There's just a few things you can do with just tape and rubber band
Yep.
to get those latches off. This, you can't move that door.
That's right.
Yeah, can't at
That's
all.
right. Okay, so another thing you can do, you can get cheap motion detector security.
Yep.
You can even get solar powered ones. Now, I would recommend that if you do that, just be really, really careful as to how you set the sensor for it to go on and on, because we've done it where you think that it's right, and then it's too far down or too far away. And you want it up high enough where somebody can't just mess with it.
Right, and they can't break it. So,
Throw something on it.
Right.
You don't want that.
right.
Same thing with those kind of cameras. If you have trail cams, a lot of them now are coming to where it'll go straight to your phone. A trail cam. Be careful if you go to buy a trail cam. We got really taken
Yeah.
for a ride and took it back.
We did. We returned it. We bought this trail cam from Walmart, And it was, I think, $60-some.
It wasn't just
It
like
wasn't
a throwaway.
It wasn't a throwaway. Wasn't cheap. But you had to buy cellular service where it was a monthly fee to use that trail cam.
It basically was like a cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So we returned it before we even opened it. We read the back really well.
What?
No. It's going back.
Send it back.
Yep.
Yeah, so be careful. The thing about placing those cameras and security lights, though, just think about who would have access. Would they be able to walk up or come around the back of it and just hang something on it?
Right.
So that it just goes black?
Right.
Would they be able to knock it away from a distance where the camera couldn't see you? Mm-hmm. Think those kind of things through, because that will make a big difference.
You know, speaking of security cameras, I actually saw a website where it said to put out fake security system signs and also put up fake security cameras.
So they won't know which one's which.
I was like, what? That just seems like a waste of money.
Well, a lot of people will get bluffed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the average smash and grab criminal or robber is not exactly what you would call Rhodes Scholar material stereotypically. No. They're not exactly.
I mean, if they're trying to rob you,
there's a good
there's a good
bit of
chance
info
there's
there.
not a whole lot going on upstairs.
Yeah.
To put that kindly. I mean,
You got to be kind to your smash and grab criminals.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
They've been stealing
my SIM
cards.
cards. Yeah, they can take the SIM cards out of your trail cams.
Yeah, if you got a trail cam where they can reach it, get at it.
Right.
Before there's, they just pop the SIM card out and take it. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now this one, I didn't think about this one at all. So there are doors on your sheds, on your house. You may have a door that it opens outward. Well, then that makes your hinges on the
Vulnerable.
outside of your house
So
or
easy.
your shed. And it's so easy to pop
'em
those
out.
hinges out. Well, they have tamper-proof hinges that
Yep.
you can put on. And that's, I didn't look up how much those are, but I would imagine
I think
that
they're
they're,
like $6-7.
I figured they were pretty inexpensive.
Let's talk about that a little
Well,
bit more, because
okay.
people may not understand what you're saying with the hinges, how they can pop out. Try to describe it.
Okay, well, if you're just in your house, go to your door and look at the hinges. There's a hinge pin in there, and it can be easily popped out with a screwdriver.
If they're on the outside of the house,
if they're on the
then all
outside-
the crook has to do is pop the hinges out, and then they can
Pull your
just
door
move
off.
the door off. It doesn't matter how good of a lock you have over on that side.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what you've got going there, but if your hinges are exposed, your house is very vulnerable. And you can do the same thing with your sheds. But there was something else that struck me as funny was, okay, generally the main screwdrivers you would say a criminal would keep with them would be a flathead or a Phillips head, right?
Yep.
Change those Phillips head screws to a hex or an Allen screw or one of
Yeah.
the square ones.
Or they even have tamper-proof screws. They're a little more money.
Yeah.
But you have to have a special screwdriver to get them to come out, and you will not get them out unless you use that right bit.
Right. But I had never seen that or heard that before, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yep.
So.
That's cheap. Like those screws and the bits. I mean, what? It's like $6 for a box of them, and then they usually come with the bit, so that you don't have to buy anything new.
Right.
So
I thought that was pretty neat.
that's a good one. And
Yep.
by the way, share your experiences if you've got a good idea. This one might not be so cheap, but I have to mention it just because a lot of us are going to have one anyway. A doggy.
A dog. Yeah.
And you know what? The little ones are just as effective as waking you up
Yep.
as the big ones.
That's right.
So if you just want an alarm, you don't necessarily need a big dog.
Yeah. No, you really don't. You just need one that is loud.
We've got 2 really big dogs.
Really big, loud dogs. Yeah. That's
But,
funny.
So,
That's
I mean,
funny.
a dog is great. I mean, if you have a very agitated cat, not going to work the same.
No, not really, because they'll just want you to scratch. They just want this, the burglar to scratch their back or something.
John, yeah, he's security screws like they use in jails. That's correct. And they're not that much money, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Get a long little dog, like a wiener dog, says character matters. So, okay, let's move on. Replace hinges that are on the outside of the house or shed with the tamper-proof ones. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, we talked about that. This one.
Add inexpensive door and window alarms. Okay, you can get there. I would imagine on Amazon they've got to only be like $5.
But
they're little magnetic alarms. They're like this big, and when you pull piece A away from piece B, because there's a magnet in there, it will send a really high, irritating, super loud
squeal
alarm. It goes blamp, 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 blamp.
Yep. It's really annoying, but yeah.
And if
it's effective.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's effective.
They're irritating. You'll know it right away. But if you live out in the country, consider them for your barns, your chicken coops.
Yep.
Anything that you need to secure up, that somebody might just walk up and say, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and help myself to the tools in here.
Right. Good point.
Because it'll happen, and it'll happen when you're sleeping.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
got a lot of work to do too.
Yeah, don't think that we've implemented all of these things. These are things that we know about and just haven't gotten to all of them yet. So,
well, we do have an awful lot of high velocity lead. So
yeah,
there's that.
We've got some lead.
There's a lot of that. And that's if you're going per projectile, that's not too expensive.
No. Yeah, just we don't call 911.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Secure patio doors with a piece of wood. Now, this is a cheap one. Like if you've got a big glass window or any kind of window, really, sliding, if they slide, this is going to work. You cut a piece of wood almost to length, and then here's the trick. Don't just like cut it to where it'll sit right there, because you can actually use a coat hanger, fish it through, and pop it out. If it's loose, you want to get it to where it's almost right there so you can wedge it down.
Yep.
Yeah. And if that's a simple thing that can be done, you could use a dowel. I would suggest something that's going to stick real nice. That way, you're not worried about that. Of course, now here's the other thing. If it's a big window and they're really brazen criminals, they may just smash it.
They may just smash it, yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, the double pane windows are kind of hard to smash, but, yeah, they can be broken. But any sliding, even the windows that go up and down, you could still put a stick in there. You don't necessarily have to have one of those fancy locks where you drill a hole in there. You could just put a stick in the window.
Psalm 122, verse 6. First of all, I love your name.
Yeah.
Secondly, excellent, genius idea. Read that out, Mom.
For single gals, buy a large pair of work boots at the thrift store and leave them muddied outside the door from time to time.
Yep.
Excellent idea.
That says there's some big bad
There's
fella.
somebody home. Very good. There's some male that lives at home. So that's a great idea.
Or you could even, if you hang your clothes out to dry, you could buy some cheap men's T-shirts or overalls
or jeans. Yeah,
hang them out there once in a while. That's a great idea.
No tidy whities. That's just weird.
No. No Speedos.
Oh no, that's weird.
Negative. Nana. No.
That's funny. What's argon filled?
Let me see. I'm trying to read a few.
Get at least a CB radio to keep in touch with your neighbor.
Go ahead and read it.
Oh, John is saying get at least a CB radio to keep in touch with your neighbors. That's a great idea.
Well, baseball bat is cheap, but that means you're going to have to be in close contact, Rebecca. If somebody's a crackhead and they busted into our house, I don't want to be within arm's reach of somebody who could very well be high.
No, they're crazy.
And that's why we've selected at distance deterrent.
Yes.
But if you were I get it. Not everybody is comfortable around those kind of items. So, may I recommend some bear repellent?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gross.
that'll put a grown man to his. Oh my gosh,
It's awful.
He wouldn't even know how to get out. He'd be crying and begging for the Lord to take him.
Oh my gosh. Faith and family. That's hysterical.
What does it say?
Hang up some blood-stained clothes on the clothesline.
Jiminy. She's got a dark side there.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Psalm 122, verse 6. Also buy a large dog dish and leave outside. Remember, you can hit your car alarm from inside your house. True.
That's true.
True.
That is very true.
Bear repellent is not that expensive either, guys.
Nope.
Savon.
No. Place a baseball bat in the track of the door. That is if
Sure.
it fits. I mean, it's not everything is the same distance. We just have a 2x4.
Yeah, ours is a
But it
cut
works.
up piece of wood, you know.
Yeah.
Raid wasp spray. Oh my gosh. If you got that in your eyes, I don't even know what to do.
No. Ouch.
See, here's the problem though. Okay, let's talk about a negative side to these sprays.
You're in the room too.
Well, no. Well, yeah, true. But if you did not have a good lawyer, you could very well end up on the side of having to pay them damages. Because even though they broke into your house,
Right.
they could say, I thought I was going into my home. And all of a sudden I started hearing screeching and yelling, and then my eyes were on fire, and now I'm partially blind because of wasp spray. And I hate that. Trust me. I hate that.
Yep.
But you hear that it happens. That's what bear trap under the windows.
Those are illegal in Wisconsin.
Well, okay. If society was in full collapse, do what you got to do.
Oh, right. Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep them out. I know of but just the wasp spray, you may end up regretting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, rose bushes in front of the windows. That's an excellent idea, Delaney B.
Yep. Anything prickly.
They don't want to be in that.
Nope. Put your blackberry bushes in front of the window.
Savon, it's
thorn
better
ones.
to be charged for damages instead of dead. That
That
is
is true. That is true.
I was just trying to bring up the negative side
Right.
to it.
Right. Of course, that is a positive side. I'd rather do that. They're right. I'd rather pay for damages than be dead.
Well, and here's a thing that I'm not saying you should do because I think it's horrible, but I know of a friend who had beehives that kept getting destroyed by bear.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked to the DNR and said, DNR, come catch this bear. He keeps destroying my hives. And the DNR couldn't catch the bear. So he said, if you don't do something about it, I'm going to. He even went so far as to put nails in a board like this.
And the nails were
all
pointing
around where the bear would come in. And that didn't stop the bear.
No. Nope.
But just to give you an idea of a little booby trap that you should never use.
Never use. No.
Never use it. Okay.
Delaney B. Dad wants to do that when courting time comes for me.
The wasp spray?
No, the rose bushes.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
funny.
We talked about door reinforcement hardware.
That one.
Install a small safe.
Yes. So then safes are inexpensive. They have these little itty bitty ones that you can purchase for, I don't know, $50, $60, I think. But the key is, if you have the safe, it needs
Hide
to be
it.
secured to something.
To a wall. Like
To a wall.
anchored.
To a floor. It's got to be anchored. It's got to be hidden. It can't just be, out where everyone can see. It needs to be hidden.
Yeah.
I really want one that goes between the studs in the wall and just put a picture frame over it.
Well, I mean, if somebody's in there for any length of time, they're going to just trash the place and find that.
True.
But if it's anchored to something in your house, then you have a lot better chance of it not walking away.
Right.
Because if they can just pick it up, they're going to take it with them. They're not going to sit there and futz with it while they're there.
Oh, right.
You know? A well-hidden driveway alarm. Yes.
Yeah.
What is the brand that we bought? Because it works very well, even though our driveway is really long.
Our driveway is really long. Let me look.
She's gonna look it up. But it has zones. So you can do actually 4 zones. We have one for the driveway, and then there's one for the back area, the porch back area, and then there's one in the back door and one on the porch. Now, they all have different ringtones. So that's cool because you know who's where. It's not just one ringtone. So, would you find it?
Yeah.
It's
sorry,
that
I
one.
got something in my eye. That one? No. This one.
Yep.
E-macros.
And they're not paying us to say this.
No, here, I'll type it into the...
E-macros.
Yeah.
And it's what's nice about it is it's solar powered and it does long distance. So that's pretty cool. She's okay, other things. Security camera kits, obviously, but you know you can go to Harbor Freight and generally get something cheap. Now,
Right.
we have a Simply Safe plan.
Right.
And we have the Simply Safe cameras. That doesn't fit into the cheap category.
No, I mean, it's let's just say it's a lot cheaper than any of the other companies. You can set this up yourself. It just uses 3M strips, and it's super easy to move around. And I mean, we set it up in what, half hour, 45 minutes?
They do make it super simple.
Super simple, yeah.
Yeah, everything is like the 2-sided sticky tape. And you just stick it on there, and it's there.
Yeah.
And another thing that's really cool about the Simply Safe thing is they have web streaming to your phone for your cameras.
Right. Right.
So you could record from the phone. I can turn it on. I wonder if I can show them right now. It might take up bandwidth. We'll see.
Right.
Let me see. Yeah, Simply Safe. And let's see what the kids are doing down in the
I think they were watching a movie.
It just says living room. There's nothing security wise on there, is there?
I don't think so.
There's our living room. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on right now live.
Yep.
You see that blue button right there, guys?
We could talk to whoever's down there.
If I press this, there's a little speaker in that camera. Right. Hey, Caleb, put that down.
What?
Yeah. So anyway, it's cool, but I don't think it would fit into the category of cheap.
Right. And this is not part of the Simply Safe plan. This just goes to our phones. I don't know if it's hackable. I can't imagine, but
Simply Safe.
I guess if they hack your Wi-Fi, then yes, it would be hackable.
Well, okay, here's the thing. They still need a login pass to get into Simply Safe.
Correct.
So if the purple trader doesn't know your login pass,
right,
then they won't be able to get in anyway.
Correct. So
they would either have to hijack your computer,
right,
get the pass.
Right. So, but they'd have to have multiple passwords. They'd have to have the password to Simply Safe and to our Wi-Fi.
Well, okay, hold on. What a lot of hackers do now is scam artists.
Uh-huh.
They'll get you to think there's something wrong with your computer, and then they'll say, well, I'll go ahead and fix that for you remotely. I'm going to need you to sign into one of these remote services so that I can look around and I'll fix what's wrong with your computer.
Yeah.
Well, when you give them control, they can get in and see everything. Mm-hmm. They can do anything they want.
Right.
So I would just recommend don't ever let somebody you don't know get on your system.
No.
Never.
Nope. Not ever. No.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I don't watch very much YouTube, believe it or not. But one channel that I started watching is funny. He's I think it's called Scammer Payback, and all he does is get money back from scammers that scammers stole from people like us.
Yeah.
And then he steals it back. Not steals it back. He just gets it back because they stole it.
Right.
And then he gives it back to the people that they stole it from.
Yeah.
This guy is so awesome. He even learned Hindi so that he could speak the language of these scammers and know what they were saying behind his back.
Too funny.
So there's all kinds of ways to get in, guys. So you got to be careful with computer. Okay. Here we go.
We talked about that one. Oh, we talked about that one.
Okay.
The garage door, locking the garage door with a padlock.
Oh, here's another one.
Yeah, we showed the picture.
I'm gonna tell you this is the cheapest home security hack ever because it's free. She hates it.
What?
Hates it.
What?
Let your doors get squeaky.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I absolutely hate squeaky doors.
The outside doors, don't oil them.
No.
Inside doors, oil them so you don't want to, jump off a cliff.
Right.
But the outside doors, that way if somebody somehow got past your locks or whatever, you'd hear it go, eek.
Right.
And you'd know something's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do hate that. I hate squeaky doors, but he's right. If you hear your squeaky door going,
you know what's up.
You know, and your whole family sitting in the room, you know there's something not right. So.
Yeah. Now, here's another thing. Okay. For more tips, watch the movie Home Alone.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm just kidding, but
that's hysterical.
You filthy animal. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, ice your stairs in the wintertime. No.
Well, this one was not very cheap, but I guess if you consider how long it'll be around, you could amortize it in your mind and then make it cheap. We've got a driveway gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
A driveway gate.
Yep. And the lock is really, really cool. It's just a barn lock, and it's not a barn lock, but it's a gate lock, but it's a swinging latch, and it's really cool. Yeah, I had to open the the gate this morning.
I heard that.
I was like, oh shoot.
She was running late for a doctor's appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robin says, for alarms, I've used Harbor Freight driveway alarms for years. Lets me know if anyone enters my storage building or backyard. Use them to know if anyone breaks into my car while I'm in a hotel. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh, there's so many home or hotel security hacks. We don't have time for this video. Maybe we'll do that another time.
Right.
But because I traveled a lot, and so there's a lot of ways that you can do things, simple things, like take a towel and wedge the towel underneath the crack of the door on the bottom, because that's one of the ways that they will use to fish things up to unlatch your door.
Right. Right. Yeah, I always do that, and then I stuff a tissue in the peephole.
Yeah.
Because you just as easily as you can see out, they can see in.
Well, no, there's a little device that they just reverses the lens on it.
Right.
And
so it's like, no, I'm shoving a tissue in that peephole. It's where I can see out, but you can't see in. So.
Well, let's just say that since we have electric fence for our animals, it would take absolutely all of about 3 minutes for me to hook the electric fence up to the gate.
Sure. Yeah.
Anybody want to grab that gate to start fidgeting with a lock?
Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Literally. Because I could hook it up I could hook There's a lot of
Just a
things
car
you can
battery?
hook it up to. Yeah. Now, for those of you guys who may have serious like concerns if you have property, there are devices that I'm not suggesting you use because I don't know if they're legal in your area. So I'm not suggesting that you use them or not. I'm just going to describe this device. It's a tripwire device
Oh,
where you have a wire on tree 1, probably about this high off the ground, right? Something almost invisible. And it goes from tree 1, and then there's a little loop so that you can go up tree 2 to get up high, you know, like 8 feet, 10 feet up. And what it does is when somebody trips that wire, it pulls a firing pin that shoots a shotgun shell blank into the air.
yep.
So somebody trips that tripwire, they're going to be filling their pants ASAP.
Sure.
And you'll know. Everybody around will know for a mile. And so I don't know if they're legal in your area, but yeah. That's that.
Oh, there we go.
So, all right. You guys got any other, who wants to share? Why don't you grab some comments, Mom?
So Lori says, my husband leaves his pellet rifle at the door. It has a scope and it looks like a bad boy gun.
That's funny. John says if you have the tools to monitor frequency, you can reverse the codes. Yes, true, for like any kind of thing like that.
They have
Minor
a heart
not
attack.
blanks.
That's funny. That's funny. Then they have a heart attack, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's all kinds of things you can do, guys. When I was a kid, there was a... What?
Heather's got a great comment. Pull pictures off the walls in hotels to make sure you're not being recorded.
Yeah.
Never thought
Which
of
is
that.
creepy, but yeah.
Yes, very creepy.
I've been in bathrooms where there's sketchy looking wiring and what appears to be cameras
Ugh,
up high.
gross.
I mean, I'm a dude, so I don't really care. But for females, that would be horrible.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
My sister woke up to a dark complexioned, southern accented gentleman standing in her living room.
Oh my gosh.
The guy ran through the screen door, getting the heck out of there.
Wow. If they have a heart
You're
attack,
still
you're
gonna
still
be
going to get sued. I'd get rid of all the stuff. I don't know what
I
happened.
don't know. What are you talking about?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys heard lately that there have been all kinds of crazy FBI checks on people's firearms lately?
ATF.
I saw FBI.
Oh, I heard ATF.
Yeah, people that buy more than one pew pew in
They
a day,
come to your
even
door.
legally, they come around and check on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's kind of unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. Closing time at work. Oh yeah, I guess it's got to be 5 o'clock for you.
Yeah, it is almost 4.
Keep a heavy purse. Smack them with it.
I keep things, heavy things in my purse.
There are heavy things in her purse.
Sure. Yeah. Thought I might need it this morning.
So, alrighty, guys. That said, I'm going to leave the chat open for a while. So if you have other suggestions, go ahead and put them in the comments section below.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of this was helpful.
Yeah.
Now, here's the trick. Do yourself a favor and don't say, that's a good idea. I should do that.
Do that.
Do that.
Yes.
Just do it.
Right. Right.
In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Do it.
Oh my word.
If you need a good laugh, Google or in YouTube, Shia LaBeouf, do it. I think he was seriously on drugs.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went through a really weird phase.
Goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. Hope
All
you guys
right.
have an awesome and blessed weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll see you.
Well, we'll be back Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah,
Tell
6
them when.
o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern. Yes.
That's up to you.
No, 6 o'clock Central.
Let's. You know what? Maybe we need to go back to where it was.
7.
7.
Okay. 7 o'clock Central. There you go.
See you then.
See ya.
Bye. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Does not wisdom come? Does not understanding raise her voice on the heights beside the way? Blessed is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than the gain from silver, and her profit is better